Hey guys, how you doing? Today is Thursday, March 13th. How you doing? I'm going to do a little quick combo video. It's kind of this channel with an addition of some craft information and my pets. Charlie's doing really good. She's on the mend. She's eating again. She's not really interested in her pellets, and I ended up buying these ones, the Oxbow. Everyone was talking about Oxbow, so I bought those for the young rabbit. We had been using Oxbow, and then I switched to this brand called Bonanza, and they loved it. She used to like attack her dish every day and eat all the food, and she was thrilled. But it's got a lot of stuff in it, like seeds and all this stuff, and it's not good for them. So I switched it, and yeah, but she's not really interested in pellets anymore. She just wants lettuce and her Timothy hay. But hey, she's eating, and that's what's important. She's eating and drinking, and she's happy, and she's jumping all around. Last night she was running around her cage, and I put a paper bag in there for her to play in, and she crawls in it, and she crawls out, and she chews through it, and so she's back to her old self now. So she's good. Yesterday we had to go pick up the car from the mechanic because he was all finished taking our money and fixing things. So we had to take the scooter. So I actually videotaped on the back of Scott's scooter when we went over to get the car. And so I did a little video. So I don't know if it's going to make you car sick, but I'll insert it and you can watch it. It's just kind of going through the streets here and heading over to town. And I'll do like a voiceover thing so that you can, if the video works. This is even if I'm going to insert this here. If I don't insert it, it's because it was really jumpy and whatever. Because you're kind of like holding it. You're banging on the back of a scooter. But I'll do a voiceover and insert it, and then you can see a little bit of Bermuda from the point of view of a scooter. Alright, so this is St. Anne's Church. You guys have seen me in a previous video walk through the cemetery there, and my feet started to sink, and I got a little freaked out walking through there. Here I'm just going to pan down and show you what the front of Scott's scooter looks like. Just pretty basic. And down here on the left-hand side, the yellow building, that's our little post office. And we're just going on to Middle Road here. There's kind of the main roads, Middle and South. This is the Great Sound, this part of the ocean here. And then out as far as you can see out there is Dockyard. The ocean's about 70 degrees right now. It's pretty nice. Shot of Scott's helmet there. That Encom thing on the side of his helmet, you can have a microphone and earpiece system hooked up in your helmet if you want to talk to each other. So this is about 9:45 in the morning, so it's not very busy on the roads this time of day. And coming up here, this is Jews Bay, I believe it's called, and a little dock and stuff. The kids and I fish off of that dock. That reddish building up ahead, that's Water Lot. We're just going to pass it. There it is. They have some nice grounds down there. There you go. That's just a very nice restaurant. Quite pricey, but very nice restaurant, part of the hotel, part of the Fairmont. And then over here on the right is a hardware store and a little sushi place. Scott and Bryn like to get their sushi. Coming up here on the left is Marketplace, and in there is Mr. Chicken and a Pizza House and the 250 store. We don't have dollar stores. And over there on the right, that's Sousa's. That's like a little garden nursery place. This orange building is called Scoops. Very nice, clean little ice cream place. Ice cream and cupcakes. This is the old abandoned grocery store here on the right that I was parked behind the morning I tried to rescue the chickens. So they now live in this big field. And that's that blue building there. That's St. Anthony's. That's their church. So yeah, so the chickens have the full run of that field now. So we see them every day. They seem to be enjoying themselves. They have some friends. Coming along here every morning, there's a little boy that walks on the other side of the road there, and oh, he's like heading to school up ahead, and oh, it just makes me so nervous that he walks through there. Trucks and buses and cars flying by. And we almost got hit. And then over here on the right-hand side is, I think, the school he's heading to. It's T and Tatum. It's a middle school there. I show you a little bit of it there. Kind of past some of it. And then up here on the right-hand side is an orange house. It used to be green. It got repainted about a year ago. There was a lady that lived there, and then she used to feed the chickens every day, and I used to call her Chicken Lady. And I believe she passed away about a year ago. I drove by one day and everyone was standing around outside dressed in black. So this on the left-hand side is a bowling alley. I actually realized recently, I think I'm now Chicken Lady. This church here on the right-hand side, I actually read my squirrel's peanut allergy book to a group of preschool kids there the other day, so that was pretty cute. Two of the boys in the school had peanut allergies, and their mom had purchased the book online, so I thought that was pretty cool. And we're just coming up here towards where I had my accident last week, outside the grocery store. So we got everything sorted out with insurance and everything with the other lady. So up here where this green sign is, that's a tiny little hardware store. That's it. This is Lindo's. That's our grocery store. And right here in the intersections where I had my accident. This is what we refer to as the light. Just an X formation intersection here. And that's the division. That's how you get onto South Road. That'll take you to the beaches and stuff. And we're on Middle Road. But right over here where you see this car pull up, on the lane next to it, towards the wall, you're supposed to keep going. And I didn't realize that. When we first moved here, I was on a scooter. And the guy that kind of just about slammed into me let me know that I had done that wrong. Because he just about hit me. He wasn't expecting me to stop. And now when I drive through there, no wonder he got mad at me. It's quite dangerous to stop there. Over there is a Paget Pharmacy, tiny little pharmacy, and a place called Ice Queen. It's like a little hamburger, chicken finger place, and you get ice cream. The street on the left, they have, I don't know, there's like a balloon store or something. I've never been down that road. I should probably check it out someday. And the kids and I always joke that there's probably a Walmart somewhere on this island that we've just never discovered yet. I keep hoping that there's some kind of Walmart or Target hidden away. This is Stowe Hill. I don't know, there's something about this road that Scott and I both like. It's just when you come up around here on the turn here, just where you go through this area of the rocks. I just think it's really cool. It's just kind of sheltered. It's kind of neat. So this is Stowe Hill. And down at the bottom here is where you link up with Harbor Road if you go to the left. A very nice drive around the harbor kind of thing. And over here is a little cardinal that I discovered one day, a little ceramic cardinal on someone's wall. And over behind this dentist office on the right-hand side, there was a big pink house with red shutters. It was one of the houses we had considered buying at the time, or whoa, guy on a scooter, renting at the time. Then we found this house and we liked it better. And over here is just a nice big nursery. It's called Alberfeldy. I think I'm saying that right. I can never say that name. Up here at the intersection, there's a guy called Johnny Barnes, and he's 90-some years old. He gets up every morning at 2, and he comes to this intersection around 4:30 in the morning, I believe, and he stands right here where this bench is and the sign right there. They put a bench and a little fence for him to hold on to. And he waves and says hi and I love you to everybody that drives by in the morning. This is a statue that they made about him. And he gets up every morning and stands there for like 5.5 hours and waves to everybody. If you look him up on YouTube, his name's just Johnny Barnes, and they did a little segment about him one time. And I think it just started because he used to sit on that wall there and eat his lunch. And then it just kind of went from there. It's there every day, rain or shine. And right here in these arched doorways there, that's where I found that art store recently. That's where I got my envelope punch machine and all that stuff. This orange building here is a little grocery store. It's called the Supermart. And over here on the left is where the cargo ships and stuff come in, and that pink building on the left is customs. That's where we have to, record all our stuff, serial numbers and everything. Way down straight ahead, that's all Front Street. That's where you'll find the shops and the restaurants and all that kind of stuff that I've showed you before. The one where the video I did when I was shopping and stuff, that's just up ahead there. This building here and the fake little Washington Monument thing, that's where, I believe that's where the Premier works out of. The Premier of Bermuda. Then up on the top of the hill there with the clock, I think that's the courthouse. Never had to go there, so I'm not totally sure. Down that street to the right is where our eye doctor is. This building on the right, we've discovered, is a drive-through bank. We were quite excited. The kids had never been through a drive-through bank that they remembered. We used to go through them in Florida all the time, but they don't remember. And so here we are. It's a little police van. And a lot of scooter parking. You don't have to pay for parking with a scooter, but you do have to pay for parking for your car. We have little meter things that we have in our cars. There's a police station on the left-hand side. So yeah, so if I have to go into town for a while, I'll usually take my scooter if it's a nice day. Then you don't have to worry about parking and having to be back. Oh, and here we go through a red light. Very good, Scott. Well done. So, and we're just heading up here. But yeah, it's easier to get around on the scooter, easier for parking with the scooter, cheaper for parking with the scooter. But then you have your days where you're stuck in the rain. And here we go on the tail end of a red light again. Notice this isn't me driving. And this building over here on the right, this green building, that's Liberty Theater. It's another movie theater. So that one is still only one screen, but it's bigger than the other one. The sound is great. They have great quality sound here for their movie theaters, but the screens are quite tiny. And here we are arriving at Peugeot to hand the man all of our money. So that was our trip into town to go get the car. So they fixed the car. Last month they took some money from us, and yesterday they took some money from us, and we still owe more money because we have to get 4 new tires, which will be like $800 because they're 180 each or something. Anyway, so we have a brand new antenna, which I'm quite excited about. The kids, that's how they used to know it was my car, because there's a lot of cars like ours here, and they could tell it was my car coming in the parking lot because there was no antenna. It blew off in the hurricane we had when we first moved here. We had Hurricane Igor in September of 2010 when we moved here. So, and I had a Mickey head, you know, the little foam Mickey head you can get for your car antenna. I had one of those. It was a Canadian one, and it kind of gave the antenna some weight and momentum to fly through the air. So that's gone. So we have a new antenna. Our airbags are fixed. We have a new disc brake thing. There's a brake disc. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. They told us they did. We have new brake pads. We have the air conditioning's fixed. The hinge on the car door is fixed. They oiled the other car door so that you know, closes now. What else? My seatbelt still doesn't go up. I didn't ask them to do that, but I should have asked them to do that because I jam it at the door all the time. And the back window hit me in the head yesterday. Yesterday I didn't ask to get that because we were spending like stupid amount of money to get all these other things fixed. What else? Like an oil change and filter here is $200. I think Dad told me it's like $40 where he is. I don't know. Is that real? I have no idea. But it's like $200. So it's not cheap to get your car fixed here in Bermuda. My ceiling's still stapled, but you know, that's fine. What else? Oh, and then they called us the other day when we dropped the car off and said they were going to keep it overnight because they found a problem with the steering. So that was an additional $600. Yeah. So anyway, the car is fixed. Yeah, good times. So today I'm going off to my lace thing, but my lace teacher isn't going to be there. She's not able to make it today. So I'm going to go out with the other lady, and she does cross-stitch there. So I'm actually working on a little cross-stitch thing. It's this little Snoopy bookmark. This is from Maureen. Thank you, Maureen. This was in a contest that I won. She's with her website, or no, her YouTube site is Cross Stitch Button. So thank you, Maureen. I'm working on it. I didn't get too far with my elves, but I will get back to that at some point. I'm just in the mood to finish projects. This is something I did the other day. I finished a little knitted hobo bag. which I thought was cute. I still want to line it or something, but it was this one. It's Lily Sugar and Cream Psychedelic Hobo Bag to Knit. Sugarandcream.com. It's just one of those free patterns that you rip off the little thing. They have them in Walmart and stuff, but it turned out really cute. I just had the little bamboo handles. I have another thing of yarn that I'm going to make another one with, but I'm like, no, I got one project done for now, so that's good. Then the other thing I want to work on is I was making socks a while back. I mean, these socks, they're kind of cute. And so the problem with making socks is that you get one done and you're like, yay! Then you're like, I have 2 feet, so now I got to make the other one. So I still have to do that. And this is something else I've been working on. Sorry, this should be on my craft channel, but it's not. This is an afghan I'm making. Just basic crochet. So I'm just trying to use up all the yarn, so I don't know how big I'm going to make it. I'm just going to keep going till my yarn is gone. And a cross-stitch project. So I was going to take the little Snoopy guy today, but I'm working on, I haven't worked on this in a long time. It's this one because it's quite complex. So it's like that. So you're constantly changing your threads. Oh, and the back is just, I'm not showing you the back. Oh my god, the lady that I go to lace with, her cross stitch is like, you can't tell the difference between the front and the back. It's amazing. She keeps it so neat. And I'm sure my friend Maureen's stuff is just as neat. But yeah, I'm a little messy with, although I'm doing pretty good. Okay, this is the front, and this is my back. So I'm keeping it pretty neat this time around. So that's what I'm working on, you know, with those kind of crafts. I'm still working on my stuff for the craft market. I put it down for about 2 weeks, though, because I was working on my website, obviously. And, yeah, but I got a rating out at the dockyard. So they are going to sell my stuff. I will show you here at some point, once I get them all done and finished and wrapped and the whole thing. But yeah, I scored a 13/14 out of 15 for, you know, design and do they think it'll sell and all that kind of stuff. So my teacher, she said that's the highest rating she's ever heard for out there at the craft market. So I was pretty proud of myself for that. And I got my business cards all done up. I got my flyer done up. So I'll show you all that very soon. I just have a few more things that I have to finish off before I actually show you what I made. And that's kind of it. Oh, my friend Mariel, her son's doing really well, but now her father's in the hospital with some heart issues, and he's due to have triple bypass surgery tomorrow morning. She's at the end of her rope. She's just so done, and we're living a parallel life. I said, oh my God, your husband's starting a new job, you have a big move, and you have a parent in the hospital. I was like, I can completely relate. So if you could please extend some more prayers to Mariel again. So it's her dad, and he's due to have his surgery tomorrow. So I haven't talked to her much this week. She's just coping is what she's doing right now. So so my heart goes out to Mariel and her family right now, and I just hope everything goes well with her dad tomorrow, so I'm sure everything will be fine, but it's just so hard, and they're due to move in a couple weeks, and she's just, so much is going on for her right now, so hearts go out to her. I've got my cruise information. Still not telling you when we're going. But my sister and I went online the other night and we booked all the shows and everything, so we're still fingers crossed that all this is going to work out. And that's about it. So it was supposed to be cold here today, but it's like 70. It's just really windy. We're supposed to have some high winds today and tomorrow, I think. Yeah. So that's about it. Dad's doing good. Actually, he's not doing good the past couple days. He's hasn't been feeling good. I think he has a touch of the flu. So, but other than that, touch wood, he's doing good. Annette's father-in-law is doing really good. He's home. He's doing well. So yeah, things are good. Bryn's basketball team has made it into the semifinals or the final, not the finals, the semifinals. I don't know. They play a game next week, and that'll determine if they're in the semifinals. I think I don't know how it works. And trying to get information from a 13-year-old is not always that easy. It's like, Bren, when are your games? When am I supposed to be there? Oh, and that was another thing. Last night, my cross-stitch stuff. I had all my floss, like, all organized in my bins. And someone wrote me on my craft channel recently and was like, oh, what have you done? You just mixed all your cross-stitch stuff, like, just in random orders. But it's all done by number now. But then I was, like, missing a whole bunch of my stuff, and I remembered the kids were making bracelets a while back. So I asked Kerrigan if I could get the rest of my floss back. And she hands me this, like, screwed up Ziploc bag. And everything just jumbled in there with a bunch of threads, like, every which way. Oh my god, it was a mess. So it's okay, thanks. Thanks for taking care of my stuff. So anyway, yeah, so my cross-stitch stuff was a little screwed up last evening. So I spent some time organizing that, reorganizing it. And we're making a little vegetable garden. We have the little tray with all the little things, and we're growing lettuce and tomatoes and cucumbers and beans. Our lettuce and beans are actually popping up already. So yeah, we're going to start it there, and then we're going to transfer it outside. We're going to see how we make out with the baby little plants so far growing. Yeah, I went to the garden nursery thing the other day, and they were explaining to me what to do. Deer in the headlights. I do not have a green thumb. My sister can grow, like a hosta plant. Mine were like this big because when we had our house in Canada, we had the landscaping done. We were like, just come do our grass and things because we don't know. And I said, put plants in the front garden that I can't kill. Like that nothing I do will kill them. So they gave us hostas and boxwood or something. And the day we had them, my hostas were this big. And the day we left, the hostas were this big. Annette's house, I have got to show them the next time we're up there. Her hostas are like massive. Like, I am not kidding. They're at least 5 feet across and huge. She's like my grandmother. Like, Nana can grow anything. It's amazing. And Annette's just like, you're sitting there out on her deck and she's just like ripping plants out of pots and replanting them. And I was like, how do you do that? So she definitely inherited the green thumb from Nana. My mom was the same way. Like, they always had pretty flowers in the garden. I just have whatever happens to grow there, or whatever a bird pooped out, because if there's a seed that's in my garden, I didn't put it there. Oh my god, it's bad. So, we'll see. The kids have done, like, bean sprouts and stuff, and they did those at school, and Bryn had basil or something. They grew something at school. And they're all on their window ledges. They're dead now, but probably because I was supposed to be in charge of watering them. But I can't keep anything alive. And I remember in elementary school, you take your milk carton, the little small milk carton, and in the spring, you'd fill it with dirt and you put your marigold seeds. Mine would go about that big. I would just have like the first little sprout, and that'd be Cheryl. I remember Cheryl, a friend of mine, hers were like flat. She won the ribbon every year. I was so ticked off. I couldn't, like, even from a young age, I've never been able to grow anything. All right. I'm going off on plants now. Okay. All right, so that's about it. And, yeah, I'm still watching Once Upon a Time. Enjoyable. What else? Scott and I went to the movie nonstop. It was okay. It was popcorn in the dark. Why not? And we bought Frozen. And I know you're thinking, but Tanya, Frozen's not out till next week. It's the one perk we have about living here in Bermuda. We get movies early. I think they just come to the stores and they just put them out. I don't know. We have it. I watched it. It's an adorable movie. It's enjoyable. I still prefer Tangled as one of my Disney movies, all-time favorites. I like Tangled, but Frozen's adorable. And yesterday I drew Olaf for Kylie. She was my niece. She was doing a card for her friend. So I drew Olaf, and then I wrote the girl's name, like the word frozen. So it turned out pretty cute. So yeah. now I'm just babbling, so I'm gonna go. But everything's good here, so I hope you guys are doing well. Please send some prayers to my friend Mariel, and I'll be back soon with some more videos. All right, take care. See ya.